Hello friends, Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is July 28, 2021. I want to cover top semiconductor stocks. So with that I got here a list of semiconductor stocks. Top of the list is Netlist, $8 stock, great performance, 903%. Then we got HIMX here, $12 stock, great performance of 245, and so on and so forth. And we look at these companies in a little more detail and see which one are the good ones to buy right now. So with that, let's get started. From a major news perspective, we got Sky Water here. Looks like the stock got destroyed on July 27th. We got Daqo Energy. I think it's a great stock. The stock got hit by human right violation in China. I think we can slowly start buying this. No hurry to scoop up, but slowly we can start buying. And then we got Applied Materials, very steady at the stock, has done great. I would recommend buying Applied Materials on any pullback. And we got our famous story stock here, NVIDIA. I think they had a 4-to-1 stock split. I think it's good to buy NVIDIA also slowly, and they have a ARM merger coming into play. I think this stock will do very well. And then we got Lam Research. Lam Research is a great stock. I love this stock. I think it's good to buy Lam Research slowly into any weakness. And then we got some more here. Amkor Technologies, ON Semiconductor, again great stocks here. And Marvell, they got honored with the Global Supplier Award. And NXPI, they have very good exposure to automobiles, and they provide semiconductor solutions to automobile. I think it's a great stock to own. And then we got Qualcomm and Broadcom. Qualcomm, I think they're into a little bit cross sales with the Apple at times. Apple might be developing something competitive. I think it's a good one to buy on the weakness. I think they always do very well. And Broadcom is a very steady Eddie stock. I would recommend buying Broadcom onto any weakness. Earnings season is on. As you see these stocks, pulling back due to any negative news around the earnings, I would recommend buying these stocks. So with that, here we got the chart here. The way this is organized is I got the stock here, and also I got 1 year performance. Stock at the top has great 1 year performance, and then from there onwards it's in a descending order. I give very good importance to the sales and sales growth, very important. The sales growth coupled with the gross margin, that tells you the stock is a winning stock. As an example, Netlist here, we got 2% quarter over quarter growth and 13% gross margin. In this scenario, you got to be a little careful. It's okay, but the key point is really the quarter over quarter growth plus gross margin is below 40%. It fails the 40 rule that says if quarter over quarter growth plus gross margin is above 40%, then it's a good growth candidate. It fails that, but still I think it's okay to buy. They got a great performance here. And one thing to note is really they got a little bit higher debt to equity ratio. That tells you they got a little more debt on their balance sheet. And also by looking at this list, I also have a RSI, relative strength index, that tells you it's 70 right now. So that means right now don't buy. It's not a good entry point. You would want RSI to go down a little bit around 50 range, 50-55 for you to start buying. As you can see, a stock has done great in last 2 weeks, 1 month, all the way to 1 year. I think we have to wait for a little more pullback here and then we can buy. And also we got HIMX here. And as you scan through this, just to keep in mind, look for greens in performance like 5-year, 1 year, quarter over quarter, and also gross margin. The moment you see more greens here and also double digit, those are the great, strong candidates. And coupled with look at the gross margin, I love double digit gross margin. Look for those candidates also. And then you can look at debt to equity wherever it's red. Be a little bit cautious because a high debt to equity ratio is not great. Even 1 is not good. So pay a little bit attention there. Then the RSI will tell you is it good to enter and buy right now. For example, Netlist, I would not buy at this time because RSI is so high, as you can see here. But HIMX, on the other hand, I would be okay to buy some at these levels because RSI is 42. The moment you see RSI 42, you can predict what will be the performance. As usual, performance has been dropping of late in 3 month, 1 month, 2 week. So that tells you, hey, RSI is a little bit low at this time. It's a good time to enter slowly. And they got great gross margin and quarter over quarter growth. Handily beats the rule of 40, where the sales growth plus gross margin exceeds very well beyond 40. Then as you scan through here, I've highlighted few stocks with the gray background here: HIMAX, Daqo Energy, AMAT, ASML, and so on and so forth. These are the great stocks. You could buy them into any weakness, and many of them have got positive sales growth, as you can see here, and also nice gross margin. And few ones, if you're a contrarian, you can buy them. For example, AEHR, they got negative growth, as you can see here, and so gross margin. They've done great. So if you're contrarian, you could wait for a pullback and buy them. And same is the story with Synaptic. I love Synaptic stock. I've been buying this a long time ago. But as you can see here, right now, performance is a little bit on the lower side, and they also have a high short ratio. So in these type of scenarios, don't buy a lot, but buy some and accumulate slowly. I love Synaptic stock. I'm sure it will do great, but some temporary weakness, as you can see here, in 1 day, 1 week, and 2 week, and 1 month chart here. So with that, let's jump into the next slide here. We got a couple more stocks, starting from SGH SMART. So as you can see here, $44 stock has done great, 63% in 1 year, and they got great quarter over quarter growth and also gross margin. A little bit high on the debt to equity ratio, so that's one thing to watch out for. And RSI is 43, indicates you can go ahead and buy at this time. It's been pulled back nicely in 3 month, 1 month, and 2 week. And as you scan through here, a couple of these stocks like Qualcomm, AVGO, a little bit high from an RSI perspective. You would wait for a little bit pullback before you pull the plug here. And same is the story with the Rambus, which is a great memory stock. I would wait for a little bit pullback here and then buy. As you scan through here, TSM Taiwan Semi, it's in an entry position right now. You could buy at this time. RSI is 44. I love the growth here. Nice quarter over quarter growth, and also nice gross margin. Handily beats the rule of 40 here. And performance perspective, they've been dropping off last 6 months or so. That's when you can slowly buy and accumulate. Then as you scan through here, we got a couple more candidates here. Even Summit here, $3 stock, only $3 million in sales. They've done nicely from a sales perspective. Net margin is negative, meaning they are not making money at the end of the day. But they've done nicely from a 1 year perspective. If you're a contrarian, you could buy some of this small market cap stock, just $43 million. Keep that in mind. Don't put all eggs in one basket, but it's okay to buy some and speculate. Then we got a couple of steady eddy stocks here. I love stocks like Teradyne, even Micron for that matter. These are all very steady eddy type stocks. Great quarter over quarter growth, as you can see here. They got great 1 year growth and also 5 year growth, and they also have very good gross margin, and many of them got positive net margin, or all of them have got positive net margin. I would buy any of these stocks on any temporary pullback. And as you scan through here, we do have pullback in Micron, ADI, even Texas Instruments for that matter, and Maxim, and also Vishay, and MHCP. I would buy this slowly into this weakness here. As you can see here, 1 day, 1 week, 2 week, they show some temporary weakness here. I would scoop up slowly into this weakness. And then we got Cree here, Cree is one of my favorite stock. This goes up and down dramatically during the quarter ends. I would play this stock typically after the quarter end earnings. If they're down big, scoop up. You have to have some patience here. They will take a month or two to bounce back nicely, and then you sell it off. And then you got a couple more here, STM, AMD, Xilinx. I think AMD is buying Xilinx here. AMD is a great stock with the legendary CEO Lisa Su. This company is doing great. I think they will even do better than Intel. I would buy AMD on any temporary weakness. Right now RSI 61 tells you, hey, wait a little bit, let the RSI come down below 55. And then we got a couple more here, Form Factor, Intel, AMC, ACMR, and Skywater. As you scan through here, RSI, for RESN is 37. You may be okay to buy. Net margin is negative. Be careful there. But if you are a contrarian, you could buy some and hold it for a while. And Intel is a great story. I think the new CEO, Pat Gelsinger, he's going to turn around this company. It will take some time. Have some patience. It will go up nicely. So with that, what we'll do is we'll look at some of these stocks in a little more detail, look at their charts, and see if it's a good time to buy now. We got set of 6 stocks here, starting with Daqo Energy. Daqo Energy, like we talked about, due to human right violation claims in China, stock is going down of late. I would scoop some slowly at this time. As you see here, they are below major support level here. I would buy some slowly at this point. I'm sure all the Chinese stock market drama will end sometime soon. After that, this stock can go up nicely. Then we got, as you scan through Daqo Energy, great performance. Even after this big drop here, they're still up 148% in 1 year's time frame, and they've done greatly in the 5 years. So that's why it's a good candidate. You could buy slowly, but still stock might have some more downturn because of this human rights violation. Then we got Applied Materials, great steady edge stock here, $134. Nice looking chart. I love this chart. As you can see, higher highs for most part. Now it's trying to think through where to go. There's a small drop, as you can see here. So Applied Material, nice quarter over quarter growth here. Nice gross margin, handily beats rule of 40. They also have a positive net margin, as you can see here. So as you see here, they've done great. They got profitability here with the RO return on equity showing double-digit positive. Right now they're little pricey, meaning it's 56. It's okay to buy slowly. I would recommend buying below RSI 55, but 56 is okay. Stock has been falling off of late. I think that makes it a good candidate to buy slowly. And then you got NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a great stock. Right now RSI is 44. That tells you can buy NVIDIA at this time. Stock has been dropping a little bit after the split, as you can see here. I think it's a good one to buy. They've done great in 1 year, and they've done great in last 5, 10, 15 years. And we got LRCX Lam Rese. It's one of my favorite stock here. Very steady eddy stock. Right now stock chart has done nicely last year. Now they're in a trading pattern, as you can see here. So they've done nicely quarter over quarter. Nice gross margin. RSI is 57. That tells you, hey, wait a little bit. Don't jump in and buy a lot at this time. Be cautious, buy slowly. And they've done very great, 82% in 1 year, and they got little higher debt to equity ratio, which is understandable. These are capital intensive businesses. Then you got Amkor Technologies here. I think this stock has done great off late. It's trying to think through where to go, trading pattern. But as you scan through here, a nice quarter over quarter growth. Gross margin is okay. I think this stock is not beating rule of 40, but nonetheless it's a good stock. It's a little bit shy of rule of 40 here. Then we got ON Semiconductors. I think this just beat a rule of 40. I think they beat it very nicely. They've done nicely in 1 year. As you see here, I think it's a good one to buy. I would buy into any temporary weakness and go from there. Next we got one more set of 6 here. Some of my favorite stocks. As usual, I love Marvell. Marvell is a 5G play, as many of you know, and stock has been doing nicely. Nice looking chart. They've gone up nicely, as you can see here, since May, June, July. They've done nicely. Right now RSI 65, that tells you, hey, be cautious, don't jump in and buy a lot at this time. I would really wait for a small pullback here before I pull the plug, especially because stock had done tremendously well in last 2-3 months. We got NXPI, very steady as stock. RSI is 50. I would buy NXPI into this any weakness here. It's a great automotive semiconductor story. I think I would buy the stock here. Nice looking chart. KLAC, one of the steady eddy stocks. It's been around for a long time. As you can see here, nice gross margin, nice quarter-over-quarter growth. And also they got some debt, which is understandable. These are capital intensive businesses, and they've done nicely, 67% in 1 year. I would buy KLAC into any weakness. Even now with RSI 50, you could buy some, RSI 56, you could buy some KLAC at this time and add more as it if it comes down further. Qualcomm is a story stock, as you know. This historically with the previous CEO, this company is never shy of defending itself to even big companies like Apple. They got a huge trove of patents. I think this company will do well. They always have the big drops and the big bounce backs. Right now Qualcomm has got a RSI of 58. That tells you be a little cautious, don't buy a lot at this time, but buy slowly. I would be a buyer of Qualcomm in a long term and slowly accumulate. At this time it's okay to buy some, but wait for RSI to pull back a little bit below 55, but it's okay to buy now. Then you got AVGO. AVGO is a great stock. Stock has been in the trading range of late, but as you can see here, RSI is 58. That tells you wait a little bit, let it come down, and then you can buy. But great quarter-over-quarter growth and gross margin. And then you got Micron. Micron is a very good stock. They're into chip sector. As you can see here, off late, last 2 months or so, stock has been dropping. Even though there's a semiconductor shortage and memory shortage, DRAM shortage, this stock has been dropping off. So as you see here, their RSI is 43. That tells you can buy at this time. They also have got a very good quarter-over-quarter growth and gross margin. They got a legendary CEO. I think he kind of talks about the company greatly. I think these guys will do well. I've seen this company dropping and bouncing back quite nicely. I think I would buy this company, Micron. Next we'll look at one more set here, right from Maxim. Maxim is a great looking chart. This company always has done well. There'll be some temporary weakness, as you can see here, but this company always did great. So as you scan through this here, RSI is 47. That tells you it's a good candidate to buy at this time. And also gross margin is 67. That's great. And they got a nice quarter-over-quarter growth. Still, they got some temporary weakness, as you can see here. I would take advantage of this temporary weakness and buy some Maxim. Next we got ADI, nice looking chart. This company really has got ups and downs. I've seen this company dropping off 25% in 1 day and bouncing back nicely. So right now RSI is 49. That tells you can buy it slowly. And as you can see, your stock has been not doing great in last in the shorter term, 1 month, 2 week. I would buy ADI onto this weakness here slowly and take it from there. Next is Texas Instruments. If you buy Texas Instruments, you can sleep at night peacefully. It's not one of those explosive stocks, but does great. It's a great fit for your retirement portfolio also. The company has been around for long time. As you can see here, nice quarter-over-quarter growth, nice gross margin, handily beats rule of 40, where combination of quarter-over-quarter growth plus gross margin greater than 40. And this company has been dropping off late in 3 month, 1 month, and so on and so forth. RSI 51, that tells you can buy the stock at this time and accumulate slowly. Then you got Teradyne. Teradyne is a great company. They do testing for a semiconductor. I love this company. I think as you can see here, off late stock is in a trading pattern here, or a trading range, and RSI is 52. That tells you can still buy at this time, and they've done great from a quarter-over-quarter growth and gross margin perspective, and stock has been doing not so great in last 6 month time frame. I would buy some Teradyne at this time and hold for a long time. Next we got Skyworks. Skyworks is a great stock. I think they're coming up with earnings probably tomorrow. They got a legendary CEO. This stock is also a 5G play, as many of you know. As you can see here, RSI 62. That tells you, hey, be cautious, don't buy too much at this time. You could buy a little bit into weakness and probably wait for the quarter end earnings to come out. If there is any weakness, you could add more. Then you got Texas Instruments. I think we talked about this already. So with that, I will do one more sheet here, starting with AMD. Legendary CEO Lisa Su. Company is doing great. This company was left for dead a couple of years ago, but after Lisa Su took over, she turned around the company nicely. As you can see here, RSI 61, that tells you be cautious, wait for a little pullback, then you can add more. We got MCHP microchip. It's one of those steady stocks. Off late stock has been falling off. As you can see here, RSI is 44. They got nice quarter-over-quarter growth and gross margin. The combo easily beats rule of 40. I would buy some into this weakness here slowly and accumulate. Next we got Cree. Cree is one of those stocks. I would buy this company only after the quarterly earnings miss. This gives a lot of quarterly earnings miss at times. Right now company stock has been dropping off late. As you see here, Cree has got a RSI of 47. At least even at this point, I would buy some Cree, not a lot, and wait for further pullback. I've been trading this stock for a long time, and they always pull back very, very hard. Sometimes after the quarter or quarterly earning, then bounce back nicely. Next we got STM. As you can see here, you can make money with this stock with bouncing up and down. Nice looking pattern here. Right now RSI 61 tells you be a little patient here, don't buy right now, wait for it to drop a little more. We got Xilinx. Probably Xilinx, because it's being acquired by AMD, we don't need to worry too much about Xilinx at this point. And last but not least, Intel with the RSI 41. Makes an ideal candidate to scoop up and buy slowly. At this point, they got quarter-over-quarter growth is negative, but nice gross margin. And the new CEO, Pat Gelsinger, he is determined to turn around the company, unlike his predecessor. So with that, I recommend Intel for you to accumulate and hold it for a while. It will give a nice surprise as we go forward. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.